Hi there, I'm Lauren and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Sweet Smiling Soul, where I talk about all things sewing related. Today I am doing something a little bit different, which is sharing a little bit of a business and life update, sharing what I'm working on, and yeah, I feel like that's all I have the capacity for at the moment. So I am going to make this video a bit of a chit chat and show you some projects that I've been working on, show you some projects that I would like to work on, share some of my ideas. So May is quite busy. We are actually moving at the beginning of June, so we have to use May to kind of get ready, pack our things, and we get the keys on the 2nd of June, and then we will be moving things on the 3rd of June, and then we fly to Europe for a holiday on the 4th of June. So it's going to be like bam, 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 like we just have to get things done. So I am in this kind of headspace where I have a lot on my mind, I have a lot to plan, I have a lot to sort through, I have a lot to create so that I'm not having to stress or worry about creating video content and things while I'm on holidays as well. So I'm kind of today trying to figure out, okay, what to focus on, what's a priority, what I actually need to worry about, and what I can just chill about. I just really need to get clear on the things that are important so that I can be organized and not feel so overwhelmed later in the month when we're moving and then also traveling overseas. So first I want to celebrate some small business wins with you. It's been a busy couple of months. So I mentioned in one of my previous videos where I shared behind the scenes in my business that I was working on a fabric dollhouse pattern, and that actually finished up about a month ago and I put it in my Etsy shop and I've started selling patterns, so I'm really happy about that, really proud of myself for putting it together, and really grateful for the support that I got from my husband with that one. So that's been going on. You can check that out in my Etsy shop if you are a sewist and you want to make something with your fabric scraps and things, and if you want to maybe make like a gift for a child or for yourself, you can check that out. So I just wanted to show you my version of the dollhouse as well. So I think in my last video I was only sharing like the progress I'd made on creating the pattern and putting it together, so I haven't actually shared the finished product on YouTube yet. So here it is. We have the Dollhouse Storybook, and you open it up and you've got the wardrobe where there's a little pocket and the doll can put her dresses in. There's the bathtub, which also has a pocket for the doll to slide into, and a little curtain here that can be moved across. Then we have the dining room where the doll can sit, the living room, the playroom with a little hobby box, and the bedroom. So the little doll here, if we go from the beginning, the little doll can be put into the bath, like that. And I made a little towel to go along with it. I also made another little dress. So she's got two dresses here. They can be put into the wardrobe like that. Then she can sit at the dining table. She can sit on the couch. She can be in the hobby room. So here I made a little cushion. She can lay on that. Then I have a couple of little storybooks or journals, so she can have one of those, and one of them can be placed in the hobby box. I also added a few different things that I had in my stash. So this belonged to me as a little girl, so I never used it for any of my craft things, and it reminded me of a toy, so I thought, well, maybe that's perfect for there. Then I have a couple of little balls of wool as well that I made, so they could go in the hobby box too. And I also made a little soft blanket, so if she wanted to have a nap in the room, or it could be used on the bed. and she can slip into the bed there like that. And that's how the Dollhouse Storybook works. It's very cute and a lot of fun. Well, I find it to be a lot of fun anyway, and I'm sure a child would love this. So another feature that I made was, I'm just going to take these out because it can get a little bit chunky when it's all folded together and all the things are left inside. I actually made a little bag for all the bits and pieces to be stored in. But yeah, basically you can open it up, you can use it like a storybook, or you could unravel the ribbon and you can separate it like that so she can easily move from room to room. And then on the back here we've got the bathroom, so you just flip it over, and yeah, so it can be separated like that. I think that's also something that makes it a little bit more interesting. So yeah, that is the book. That is like the dream, isn't it? It's my dream home. I basically made my dream home in this book. Let me know what you think. And if you would like to sew it yourself, you can purchase the doll pattern in my Etsy shop. It's currently 25% off, so check it out and let me know if you make it. I mean, it was such a fun project to make. I was just really happy with how it turned out. So I'm probably going to make another one soon, because I would like to create some kind of tutorials on how to make certain parts of the doll and the dollhouse. So that's in the future, maybe in the next month or so. Yeah, that was a really big win for me because I've never created a pattern before, and I'm just really happy with how it's turned out. And it's just something that, you know, would be a nice gift for a child, or, you know, just something for you to play with, just a keepsake. Yeah, and it's like a slow sewing project, so it was very meditative to put together. And, you know, I completed it over a week, just chipped away at it. You know, you can simplify it as well. You can use felt fabrics instead of scrap fabrics. I chose to use scrap fabrics because I just have a lot of it and I really want to use what I have on hand. So yeah, that's the dollhouse update. I also have another win to share, which is that I sold the Bob Dylan jacket within a week of listing it in my Etsy shop. So I'm really, really proud of myself, really happy that it's gone to somebody who will appreciate it. So that happened a couple of weeks ago. Now I'm in the progress of making another one because why not? You know, I've got 2 men's jackets to work on, so I think I'll make 2 Bob Dylan jackets again. The first jacket did take a long time, so I'm just gonna chip away at those over the coming months as well. Those are the 2 wins that I'm celebrating, and yeah, I'm just feeling really good about it because I've found 2 things that are working. In my creative business, I'm just going to put more energy into those and see where it takes me. You know, I just love that, like when you listen to your intuition and you follow your creativity and you start to make something because it feels good, and you just let go of the perfectionism, let go of the outcome as well, and just do it for the sake of creativity and joy. So much can come from that, and I was just really surprised with where the dollhouse creation took me. I started that in February, I think it was, and now it's become a thing where I'm selling the pattern in my Etsy shop. So yeah, it's just one of those things that I didn't know would happen. Same with the Bob Dylan jacket, that was just for fun. Didn't think I would get such good feedback, and yeah, it turns out, you know, the world wanted to see that. So I'm just really happy with those 2 things. So the next thing that I am going to work on is sewing a men's shirt using this thrifted duvet cover, or doona cover as we call it in Australia. So I've washed it, it's ready to be used. It's got that kind of early 2000s pattern, I want to say. I feel like I've seen this pattern before. It just really stood out to me in the op shop. I felt like it had so much potential. So I've got a lot of fabric here to use. So I'm going to start by making my husband a shirt, and I'm probably going to document that and turn that into a YouTube video as well, because I need ideas. I need to create 5 videos between now and towards the end of June. so that I'm like still consistently posting every Friday. That's been my goal since February, and so far I've been sticking to it. So I really don't want to stop that. You know, I want to stay committed. So that could be a video idea. So yeah, I think I'm going to need Lawrence's help with that. He's going to be modeling this t-shirt. So that's now my next project and probably my next video. And now I'm going to show you another project that I kind of started but need to finish. So I'll show you that now. So I have a lot of scrap fabric. I keep it in this box, but I also have smaller pieces in the cupboard that just need to be used. You know, I really don't want to be wasteful, and like it makes me sad when like there's pieces of fabric that are just sitting in a box for years and just not being used. So I'm trying to find different ways to use up my scraps. I've seen a few ideas on Instagram and Pinterest where you just patch everything together and attach it to some wadding and then maybe add some transparent fabric on top. Here I've got this spotted tulle. I was going to use this fabric for the sleeves on my wedding dress, but I ended up going with a floral print. So I've been wondering what I can create with this, and I've seen different scrap fabric ideas where you put the patches on a bit of wadding, or you know, I mean, you don't have to, but just create one top layer out of fabric scraps and then add like a transparent fabric on top, like organza or some tulle or something. And yeah, it just gives it like a bit of a different effect and look. So I had this idea to create a pouch. I had this zipper on hand, and I thought, oh, that could be like a pouch to store different things in. And I thought it would be fun using some different scraps that I have on hand. So I'm going to work on that. I might make a video of me doing that. I'm not sure yet. It depends how much time I've got and if it's going to be a straightforward video over the next few weeks, but we'll see. If I do make it, I'll definitely show you how it turns out anyway. So I mentioned that I'm working on another Bob Dylan jacket, or two. This is the first one, or this is the second Bob Dylan jacket that I'm working on, and I've just started adding patches to the top. I'm gonna try and use my machine a bit more for this project. With the first one, I mostly hand stitched everything on. Some pieces need to be hand stitched just because it's easier, but there are some where I could probably just get the jacket under the machine and stitch on that way instead of manually putting them on. So I'm working on that. And then I've also got all this denim here. It's getting a little bit out of hand, to be honest. So I've got 3 denim jackets just waiting to be used. I also bought this denim dress. It's like a vintage kind of look. It's a short dress. And yeah, I thought that's something different. Like maybe I can add patches to it or something. I'm still on the hunt for a dress that looks like the one that Brittany Murphy wore in the movie Uptown Girls. If I can get my hands on a dress like that, I will be so happy, because I really want to make a patchwork denim dress. So for now, I might use this one, but I'm still on the hunt for that perfect Uptown Girls dress. And also an update on the Longstitch pattern that I was working on in one of my previous videos. I finished the leaves, and now I'm at the point where I just have to add the white background and fill in the sun with some French knots. I'm going to use this project to ease my anxiety because, yeah, I've been quite stressed just thinking about all the things that are coming up. So if I can get some work done today and then maybe later in the afternoon just set aside some time to work on this and yeah, just kind of calm my nervous system, that would be great. So that's the plan for that. So it's still incomplete, but it's on the cards. I've got a bit of a mess here on the bed because I'm kind of in between projects at the moment. So I've actually had some help from my husband Lawrence. He started cutting out some pieces for the Bob Dylan jacket. It just makes the process a little bit faster, so I'm just really grateful to have him as a sewing room assistant because yeah, that was probably the thing that took the longest when I was putting together the Bob Dylan jacket, just cutting all these small pieces, getting them to the right size, but not even just cutting them, but actually finding the right pieces. So, you know, going through the scrap box, getting similar pieces to the original Bob Dylan jacket, trying to find those pieces, that took a long time as well. So now that I know what I've got, what I can use for future jackets, it is making the process a bit faster. And also the help from Lawrence is really great. So yeah, that's the mess here. That's what that's all about. So my sewing cupboard isn't too messy. I feel like I'll be able to pack this all up for the move relatively quickly. I managed to keep all of my fabrics, or most of them anyway, still in order. So I color coordinated everything recently, which I made a video on. You can check that out. And yeah, it's still pretty neat and tidy. I've managed to keep the colors organized. And yeah, there's some kind of system here. So I think what I'll have to do is just put the fabric in a box or some bags, which shouldn't take too long, and then most of the other stuff is in a box or a bag already. This is my Etsy shop, so these things are listed in my shop, so I'll probably just have to fold them and put them in a bag, and that should be fine. Unless they all sell between now and June, that would be great. Down here I've still got some cushions that I need to make covers for, so I would like to do that now, but I'm kind of thinking it might be better to wait for the new place, and maybe I want to do some redecorating and make some home decor items. So yeah, I might just wait until we're moved to work on those. But yeah, I mean, it looks a little bit messy, but it's probably not such a big deal. You know, when it comes to packing up and moving, I feel like I'll be able to handle it. So that it actually makes me feel better just opening this cupboard right now and showing you because I realize that it's actually not that bad. So that is an update. It isn't my usual kind of content, but it felt like it was the right thing to do considering my list of things that I need to do before June. So I would love to hear what you think of the projects that I'm currently working on, what you think of the fabric dollhouse. If you would like to purchase it, you can check it out in my Etsy shop. It's currently 25% off. And if you decide to make it, I would love to see your creation. So let me know. Feel free to comment. Let me know your thoughts on this type of content. And if you would like to see more of it, for me, it just felt like the right thing to do today. And I'm actually feeling a lot better just sharing this with you. It's kind of like a video checklist, if that makes sense. A video of things to do, which has made me realize that I think I can handle it. I don't think I'm going to be too overwhelmed anyway. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like this video, like it, comment. If you haven't already, please subscribe and share it with a crafty friend, or share my channel with a crafty friend. You know, there's definitely more crafty videos than this one on my channel, so feel free to share, and I really appreciate you watching. Take care, and I will talk to you soon.